Everyone wants to escape their life what they're currently in, whether that's a 9 to 5, whether that's studies, or something else. I've created a video where I show you how I was stuck and what I did to break free from that and how you can do this too. Believe me when I say that what I have done to break free is not rocket science at all and that you can do this too. It all starts by simply watching this video. My name is Thomas and I've been an online entrepreneur for 5 years now and I run 3 different businesses. I have a marketing agency, I have e-commerce web shops and I run an online community, of course together with my business partners. But today in this video, I'm going to be the one explaining to you how you can break free from the life you're currently in. So keep watching. Okay guys, so to start with, I have a question for you. Do you recognize yourself in one of the following situations, what you will see here now on the screen? So you're working a 9 to 5 and getting tired of this job. You're working at least 40 hours a week and still living from paycheck to paycheck. You experience financial stress. You want to explore the world and travel, but you're not able to do so because of your limited days and not being able to save enough money. You feel that you're not reaching your full potential, but you actually have no idea what first steps to take to be able to reach that potential. And you want to take care, maybe also financially, of your family, but you're struggling to take care of yourself first. If you recognize yourself in this, then keep watching because I will explain you in detail that I've done that as well. I've been there as well. You're not the only one in this and we're really going to provide you with a solution of how you can actually get out of this life you're currently stuck in. Because let's be honest, this is not what you want. You want more in your life, okay? So keep watching. Go to the next slide where I will tell you a bit more. So I want to start talking to you guys about my experience first. Please note this video is not about me showing off. This is just to give you an insight of where I have been so that you see like, oh, okay, so Thomas also been in these kind of situations and Thomas was also at the place where I was stuck and he was also able to do it. So if he can do it, why can't I? Okay, so that's really the intention of this video. So I want to go with you through a story first. So starting from the beginning. I started with an internship at a logistic company in Bangkok at the age of 18 years old. So I did a shipping school in the Netherlands. I followed this school and I was able to do an internship in Bangkok, Thailand at the age of 18 years old. So I would say that that's pretty nice when you're 18 years old and you come to a city in Thailand surrounded by complete new people in a company where you actually learn a lot. And this internship changed a lot for me. This internship gave me actually the insight of that, hey, there's actually so much more in this world. There is more than only Netherlands. There is really more than that. And I actually also want to have more. I want to explore more. So my vision was always that, okay, maybe I can work for a specific company in the logistics for a company abroad. That was the first intention. Yeah. So I always had this vision and I had this mind. So it was nice. It was a great experience for me. I really learned a lot. I started to get to know myself better because I was there at a young age, really on my own developing. And this internship changed a lot for me. So I went back to the Netherlands and I started with a full-time job as a sales representative in a logistic company. And I can remember that when I joined that company and when I received my first salary, which was, I think, 2,300 euros, the first salary when you're 20 years old, which is 2,500 US dollars, what might be maybe a lot, but for me, it was like, no, this is not what I want. I want more. This doesn't align with my vision. But I was also very aware of that, okay, if I want to live a different life, I need to do this first and I need to save up money first. I can't just not be satisfied with the salary and then not change myself. I knew like, okay, I want a different life. I have seen in Thailand what I want and how I can do that. But I knew that I would need to learn more, that I need to save up more, and I needed to come up with a specific game plan for myself. Okay, so even though I wasn't satisfied with the salary, it was an additional motivation for me that, hey, if I want to change this, I can change this, but it needs time, it requires time, and I need to save up and I need to make a plan for that. Later more about that. I'm going to explain in detail in this video how you can do this too, okay? So how does it feel, right? You're 20 years old, you're in this company, they took me to different countries in the world. For example, here, there was with my manager Jasper back then. See me here as a young boy, this is like 6 years ago, I think. It makes me actually smile because it gives me a lot of memories, right? And it was so nice for me because you're 20 years old, you feel like the champ. You think like, bro, I'm there. I was sitting there in Italy with directors around the table. I was representing a specific company as a sales representative there. And I was learning so much, you know, and they took me to Germany, they took me to Italy, they gave me a company car, they gave me a card. And even though I got everything of that, I was always reminded back to Bangkok that I thought like, bro, no man, I don't want this. I want more money. But I knew, once again, I need to save up more money and save up more money. So I kept believing and I kept aiming on that. And I just kept in the company and told myself, okay, there is eventually going to be something. What is going to change my life? What? I have no idea. Maybe I can work for this company abroad. Could be, maybe not. Maybe I can start my own business. But in order to start my own business, I need to save up money, okay? So long story short, after finding out that all what I got in the Netherlands didn't align with my vision, I knew there's need for change. There was need for change and I was looking for change. So I opened myself as a person for change. So that comes to also to the next slide where you see that change can be scary and you are not alone in this. Really, change can be scary and you're not alone in this. Everything what is new for everyone can be scary and it's okay. It's okay to feel scared. I'm also scared sometimes. And once again, that is just very normal, okay? So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of change. It's okay. And once again, you're not alone in this. Change can be also very exciting and it can be scary at the same time, but you need change in order to reach new heights. So then, coincidence or not, I said it back, maybe 1 minute before, I said I opened myself for things. You know, I was talking about it openly also to my mom, like, Mom, I want to go to Bangkok, I want to do different stuff. She was always supporting me, like, okay, if you want to do that, you can do it, but you have to do it yourself. Try to find ways for yourself. So then, I was laying in my bed, and this guy, you see here, pops up on my screen. Hey, do you want to make money online, this amount of money online here in Thailand? I'm currently making this video from Thailand and I make this amount of money and I have students. I was like, whoa, what is this? I remember I was in bed, I smoked a joint, I saw this guy, I was like, okay, maybe this is the guy then. But I was also pretty high, so I thought like, yeah, whatever. But I clicked on the link, get redirected to a landing page. Welcome to the e-commerce world, welcome to the marketing world, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I thought like, okay, is this coincidence or is this meant to be? I thought about meant to be. Why? Because I already opened myself and talked with other people about that I want change in my life, that I want more things. So this happened and I was like, okay, this is actually very interesting for me, you know? Maybe this is something what I should join. So what I did is I signed up for the masterclass, which was a day after. So before I joined the masterclass, I did research on this guy. Who is this guy? What is he exactly doing? Do I feel confident about what he is providing? And I actually thought like, yo, it sounds actually pretty good and it doesn't actually sound too good to be true because I already lived in Thailand before and I met some people there who also did this kind of stuff. So I thought like, okay, this might be the thing, you know? So that came with belief. So there was research first, then belief. But then I needed to invest. But because I was able to save up money and I had that vision already from a young age, which is of course a bit of luck, but also because I had this vision, so that comes with vision is very important, yeah, I could pay this amount, you know? So it was not coincidence. This was meant to be for me. I really believed in that. Until the day of today, I still believe in that. It was meant to be, really. So I invested in that course and that was the moment that I entered the community and where I started to connect with people. Connecting was for me very important because as I said earlier in the video, right, when I was working in that company in Thailand, I started to connect already with people. I started to get to know people from a young age and I already got a different vision. So I was like, okay, there's more in this world. So imagine joining like an online community where everyone needs to invest an X amount. What is going to be the level of people there? I was a bit aware of that. So I thought, okay, give it a go. Boom. I made a decision and I invested in a course. Okay, so that was for me a very good decision. So then connecting gave me new insights. Why? You see here a picture of me smoking a joint and then you see mindset. Okay, so when I joined that community, the first thing what they were talking about was mindset. I was like, okay, mindset, what is that? And I was actually back then a very, very negative person. Even though I had this vision, guys, I even don't want to talk about it too much. I was a very negative person, but I opened myself for this, and I thought that this was meant to be, so change was needed. I opened myself and I was listening to people. They said you need to read books, and they recommended this book, Master Your Mindset, which was very good. First book I read. I would highly recommend it to read, but then after that I bought Relentless myself, even better. So that's why I put it here first. Relentless, very, very good book, guys. Gives me a lot of energy and it keeps me going. Sometimes I still read it. But anyway, that was for me the first thing. Okay, buying books, connecting, listening to these people, working on my mindset, okay, and making these risk calculations. So risk calculations in terms of, okay, I have money saved up, and I need to make a risk calculation. So maybe you're watching this and thinking, what is a risk calculation? So for me, it was this, like, okay, how much money did I save up? Later about more in this video, how you can also save up stuff, by the way, so no worries. But I told myself, how much did I save up? And how much risk can I take and can I actually lose? So that I'm just still confident, even though it goes wrong, I still have kind of a backup, you know? And I already knew, like, okay, the risk is actually not too big. What is actually the risk? I still live at home. There's not a real big risk for me. What is a risk at all? Like, even though you lose all your money, you can earn it back because you work for a job, you work in a company anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? So I was like, okay, risk calculation. And from this moment, guys, I changed my life. I knew, like, I need to change my life. I joined this community. I started to network. I started to reading books. I need to work on my mindset. But what did I change? Very important. What exactly did I change? I'm going to show that now. So on the next part, you see sacrificing. Sacrificing is being the biggest part for me. Sacrificing resulted for me in growth. Very important growth. So saying no to everything that doesn't align with your goals. Okay? For example, you're hanging out with a friend, and he tells you, bro, Friday night we're going to the bar and we're going for a drink. No, you can't. That doesn't align with your vision. You want to start an online business. You want to live a separate life. There is no time to hang out in a bar with this friend. Yeah, but he's my friend. Yeah, so what? It shouldn't be like that. Don't think like this, okay? Seriously. It sounds maybe rough that, yo, stop hanging out with them. I'm not specifically saying stop hanging out with them, but for an X amount of time, you need to understand that you need to sacrifice them, okay? Because you actually have more free time than you think. You see it here. You have more free time than you actually think. And you're like, how then? Well, how? By stop going to that bar, by stop visiting those family members all the time, by stop gaming, by stop watching Netflix, by stop whatever. Believe me, guys, when you start to track this, you will actually find out, really, you will actually find out that you have a lot of free time, or maybe not a lot of free time, but that you have some free time left. Everyone who is watching this video can make time for specific things, even though when you work full-time, even though when you have a family to take care of, I'm confident that you can make time. I say it out of experience because I have students in our community, for example, they do the same. They work a 9 to 5, they have a family to take care of, but they're still able to work 2 or 3 hours a day on their business to enter a bit of growth. And if that's still too much for you, then 1 hour is also okay, because you want to start somewhere, right? You want to make this first step. So I was working a 9 to 5 job, and besides that, always working on my business. So from the moment I joined this community, I sacrificed a lot. I stopped hanging out with specific people. I got double down, locked in, and told myself, I am not going to stop putting time in this business. I'm not going to give up until I'm finally able to leave and to go. So I made a plan for myself, like, okay, when do I want to leave? When exactly can I say to my boss, to the company, like, hey guys, I'm gone. So I told myself, I want to make sure that at least for, let's say 5 to 6 months, I'm able to live myself. Yeah, so I saved up some money. And then if I can also earn money on the side, so from the moment I start to earn the same amount I was actually earning, then I'm saying goodbye to my boss. And that happened after 2 months, and that was actually the moment instantly when I left the Netherlands, moved to Dubai. First, why Dubai? Just to hang out, just to see. COVID was a thing, so we went to Dubai. Dubai was still pretty easy going then. Very nice for us, good experience. Then Dubai was shutting down, then we moved to Mexico, ended up staying there for over 1.5 years, went to Miami in between to business events, and then also back to Thailand. So when I lived in Mexico, I went up and then to Thailand already once. And now I'm living in Thailand already for 2 or 2.5 years, something like that. So I've been doing this already for 5 years. Online entrepreneurship is not new for me. I've done a lot, but I really want to make this video for the people who are really at the real beginning. Because once again, if I can do it, you can do it too. And that's why we now more going to discuss, okay? But keep this in mind, sacrificing was key for me, sacrificing is going to be key for you as well, okay? So, next part is, what can you do to achieve this too, okay? Because you're maybe thinking like, yo bro, Thomas, your story is very nice, but let's stop talking about you. Fine, we're now going to talk about you, and we're going to find the ways for you, okay? So let's dive into that. Is make sure that you always have savings. Reality is that the more savings you have, the faster you can usually grow your mindset and business. That is true. Like you need, like the more savings you have, the more you can invest in yourself, and the faster you can grow. Now, you're maybe thinking or saying, yeah, but I can't save up, or I don't have the money to save. Well, I actually think that you do, but you don't have the right priorities, because maybe you're still ordering that food while you can just cook yourself and save money. Maybe you're still going to that cinema on a Friday night while you can actually just skip the cinema. Maybe you have a Netflix subscription, what you can just stop. Maybe you have another subscription somewhere, what you can just stop. Don't get me wrong, if you do sports, keep doing sports. Very important, okay? Very, very important. Maybe you're buying food which is way too expensive. You're wasting a lot of money on fast food. So you need to have a plan there for yourself. Maybe you're going to the H&M and buying t-shirts, or you're going to the Zara, or you want a Louis Vuitton bag or whatever, but you actually don't need it. So you need to understand that by sacrificing this on the short term, and by understanding that you need to start to live below your means, that is the actual moment that you're able to save up money. I always lived below my means. I still do that. I really still live below my means. I could live like a king in Bangkok. Maybe for a lot of people, it's still considered that I live like a king, because I don't cook myself, I don't clean myself, I have a pretty decent apartment, I go to Muay Thai whenever I want, I can travel the world whenever I want, I take care of my family, I let them come. That's all super nice, of course, and it sounds all good, but that all started with something. That all started with first, like, okay, having this idea of living below my means and actually still doing that. Very important. You need to start to live below your means, and I'm sure that you can do it by following, for example, the steps I just made. So make a list for yourself. What are all my expenses? Where are my expenses going? Do I actually really need it? And with need it is like, this means like, okay, maybe you think that you need it, but need it is that you only really need it, otherwise you're going to die, or you're like, whatever, you know? And if that's not the case, then you don't need it, okay? If it's not the end of the world, then you don't need it. Skip it. Save money. Very important. Do research and check what aligns with your vision. Do not fall for the dream that with less work you will achieve greatness. Believe me guys, there's a lot of shit show ongoing. There's a lot of people telling you that with a few hours of work you can become a millionaire. Fact is, no, you have to go double down. Don't look for that side job or side business where you can, with 2 or 3 hours a day extra, can become a millionaire. If that's your intention, no, that's not going to work. Just understand that you need to sacrifice time. You need to sacrifice time now, and later you will win time, okay? 2 very important things to understand. Be willing to invest in a coach who you believe, and trust the process. Believe, guys. Belief is so important. I said it earlier in the video. I had belief in this guy. I had belief in that coach. I had belief in that community. Nice that I had belief in that, but then it started with myself. So I have belief in myself and I have belief in them. Then it comes together, and that's eventually what is going to result in growth. Okay? Very important. So belief is very, very important. Do your research and believe. Okay? Don't be too skeptical. Right? Also very important. Just do research and boom, that's it. Then, create a financial overview. So that is what I earlier said. Look, what are your expenses? Where are your expenses going now? Right? How much are you spending on a monthly basis? Yeah? Live below your means. Cut out the things what you actually don't need. Don't go to that restaurant. Don't go to that bar. Don't go to the cinema. Don't do these dates. Don't do it. You don't need it. Like, just sacrifice it for a while. I understand we're all human. We want to do nice things. But the fact is, you want to have a different life. Okay, fine. You need to sacrifice stuff. And if you're willing to do that, you can do this. Because if you're not willing to do that, then it's also not going to happen. And then this video is actually also not meant for you. I'm really sorry to say that, but it's a fact. Okay? It's not the end of the world. Sacrifice a bit. Imagine you're sacrificing a year of your life or 2 years of your life. And what are you actually sacrificing? And look what you can get back. For me, for example, look what I got back of sacrificing these 8 months. Like so much freedom, being able to travel, take care of my family, and whatever. This is not to show off, but it's a fact, okay? So, everything you do needs to be with purpose. Purpose is very important, guys. Purpose for me Why do I do this? Because I want to go to Thailand. Why do I want to achieve this? Because I want to go to Thailand. How do I want to achieve this? So that was for me very important at the beginning, that I said, okay, how do I want to achieve it? Is by finding these people, reaching out to a new network, save up money, and eventually things will come my way, and eventually I am going to be able to live in Thailand, right? I had that vision very clear for myself. I've been very realistic, and I knew that, okay, after that internship, when I went back to the Netherlands, I need to find a full-time job. I need to learn a lot. I need to become like a better man. I need to understand the world a bit better. I need to develop my knowledge. I need to be financial more stable. How I'm going to be financial more stable, I already told you that earlier in the video. How I'm going to make sure that I will become like more like of a man. I really worked on that. I trained a lot, doing a lot of sports, building confidence, communication, all these very important things. That was my purpose, becoming a better person, understanding more of the world. Even more important, understanding more of myself. So I've been really researching myself, because like if you really understand yourself and just be very transparent to that, you can really grow faster. Very, very important. Put your ego aside. So why do you do this? What do you want to achieve, and how do you want to achieve this? Write that down for yourself. Go into your room, take this paper and write down why you want this. If you say, I want to earn 10K, okay, but why do you want to earn 10K? Maybe you want to take care of your daughter or your son. Maybe you want to take care of your mom. Those whys are stronger than only the money thing. In my opinion, that is what really works for me. So that also comes with goals, 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 and goals. Setting goals is very important, guys. And I have always done everything by simply setting goals. And I wouldn't say that setting a goal is easy, but you have to do it, because that also lays with purpose. Like, what do you want to achieve, and how am I going to achieve this? So let's say there's an end goal. If you have an end goal, there are mid goals. And in order to achieve these mid goals, you need to change your life, basically, in terms of daily habits. Let's say you want to become here, but you are now here, right? In order to become here in terms of a business, for example, you can't remain the same person, because if you remain the person on this level and business is here, that's not working, right? But if you develop yourself as a person and you go and you go and you go and you go, boom, then you're at the same as your business. And then you will see that if you become the person who is ready for real growth and who is ready to sacrifice stuff, boom, you have the same with your business. And that is the moment that you actually start to make money. Very important to understand. That's what I want to say, that setting goals is very important, guys. You can set goals. I'm 100% sure that you can set goals. Like, okay, how many hours on a daily basis am I going to work now besides my 9-to-5 job? What am I going to sacrifice? Yeah, that is a sacrifice goal. What are my financial goals? I don't go to the cinema anymore. I don't go to the bar anymore. These are also goals. It starts by setting these small goals. Then you save up money. Then you also have time, because when you start to cut out some specific people and don't have to go to these appointments, you start to save time. So what happens? You have set goals, you're following these goals, because that's what you have to do. If you don't follow the goals, it doesn't make sense, okay? So make sure that you commit yourself to that, very important, and that is simply by showing up, okay? But you set your financial goals, basically, and you're winning more time. So, and you're saving up more money now, and you're winning more time. So you're already winning on two sides. And then you will see, if you go double down on one specific thing, whether that's e-commerce, whether that's whatever, that growth will come. So goals are very important, guys, okay? So please, trust the process, believe, create a good financial overview, cut out the things that you don't need at all. And you're the only one who can give those answers to yourself. And be transparent, be accurate, and just make sure that you really start to do it. Set these goals, find your purpose, set your goals, make sure that your goals are aligning with your purpose, make sure that your daily habits are aligning with your purpose, and then it will really come for you, and then it will really start, and then things will flow, and then things will come your way, guaranteed, okay? Thank me later. Do this, what I just all said. Do it 1 year consistent. Reply under this video and thank me later, because I'm sure that you're going to succeed. There's no way that it could go wrong, okay? Seriously. So, you're only one decision away from a new life. And that the first big decision is by starting to implement everything what I just told you. If you start to make that decision today, because the best time to start was yesterday, I always say this. If you start to make this decision today, you will see that once again, that if you are committed, that you're going to achieve that life. And you deserve that life. Everyone deserves that life. Do not tell yourself that you don't deserve it. You deserve it. Really, everyone deserves this, and you can do it by simply everything following up what I just said, okay? Guys, I really hope that you all like this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see more videos like this, let me also know in the comments down below. If you say like, Thomas, this is not good, this must be better or whatever, I'm open for everything. I'm open for feedback. I would love to learn from people. I already appreciate you that you have watched this video and that you came so far. I'm really willing to listen because I do this for you guys. I really hope to make a change in your life, and I'm just really hope that you start to believe in yourself, and more important, that you see like, okay, Thomas, this guy, if he is able to do this, I can do this too. Whatever age you are, whatever, even you're 25, 20, 35, 45, older than that, younger than that, it doesn't matter. You can do this too. Start to believe in yourself. The best time was yesterday. Make time, and I see you guys at the top. Okay guys, I'm going to give you a free thing after this video, so make sure that you reach out to me personally on my Instagram, and then you will get what I just mentioned here. It's a surprise for you. Don't miss out on that. Have a nice day. Cheers.